Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing?
Well, we made it.
We made it. And honestly, we're only like 3 minutes late. So I'm going to call that a win all around.
Yeah, I mean, we were late. So, just like the name says.
That's it, right? How are you doing, Brandon?
Doing all right.
Yeah. Is this the most excited you've ever been on a Thursday night at 10 o'clock?
Probably. In the
Oof.
recent times, I guess.
Wow.
We'll take it. We'll take the recent
Yeah.
times,
Do you
times to
think
win.
do you think it was the monotone voice he delivered that with that really
Yeah,
sold
that's
the
really
energy?
that's what kind of built the foundation for the episode right there. It was like, yeah, this is what we're doing now.
He's like,
I
Patrick.
don't know. It's a lot to follow up on, the whole Tom Harbin episode the last time, and then I'm thrown into the wind after. It's like,
Well,
that's a tough act to follow. With all that.
fair enough, man. I'll give you that. That's it's like you never want to be the guy that follows the guy. You want to be the guy that follows the guy that followed the guy. Like, I get it. Yeah, that's fair. It's good stuff. All right. So I think the title is technically 46. It's actually episode 47. Chase's brother went with 46, and I just didn't have the energy to correct him today.
Oh, so now we're blaming Eli.
Immediately. I will throw him under the bus immediately. It's part of his job description. It's fine. So Brandon, best and worst of your week, my man.
Best was we went and seen the Deadpool and Wolverine because that's just came out. So
Oh, how was it? Because Abby and my wife and I are going to go see it tomorrow afternoon.
I really liked it. I
Good
mean,
deal.
Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, like just that combo of stuff. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
That's good.
I've been looking forward to see it. As soon as the tickets became available, we went and basically got it. Or I bought the tickets just to make sure that we had a decent spot.
Yeah.
Nice. Love it.
Patrick, what about you?
Yeah. We close on our property tomorrow. So that's exciting. That's a little pregame there. Yeah, it's been a weird week. I'm not going to get too into details, but it's been a weird week. So it's I don't know if there's really been a worst. It's just been a weird week. So
Okay, yeah, you've seemed a little monotone on the phone this week with me. I've been wondering if you're just in a mourning period about something.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. We'll just go with that for now. It's been a rough week.
I'll bug you later.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. So how about you?
Well, I think you know what my highlight of the week was.
Such garbage. I can't wait. Brandon,
Garbage.
I can't wait for you to ridicule Chase about this. I'm so excited.
Justin and I went to a Creed concert, and it
Unbelievable.
was amazing. It was everything I wanted it to be.
Were you 6 feet from the edge at all times?
Oh my gosh, the whole time. Are you kidding me? When My Own Prison came on, I was like, yep, this is all I needed in life. It was
You
like a
felt like
Make-A-Wish thing.
You felt like you only had one last breath?
Yeah, I thought Justin was tricking me with the Make-A-Wish, set up for my birthday.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to give them too hard of a time for that because it's like
no.
Creed is one of those bands that it's like people start singing it and the words. And it's like fun to be involved in it, because it's like almost like a parody or a meme of itself.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it. Is it kind of, I mean, it's kind of on the same page as like Nickelback, right?
Oh no. Do not put Creed down there with Nickelback. That is
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a parody and not like my workout playlist every day, for sure. As I just back away slowly now.
I think that's the hard part about it is Chase doesn't like it because it's a meme of itself. He likes it because it's Creed, and that's a problem.
The real issue is Molly always says, "Oh yeah, your divorced dad playlist. Go hard on it."
It's pretty close. I love it so much. Oh, that's pretty terrible though. Seriously though. So that's the best. What's the worst of the week?
I had it was a Monsoon clutch, and I ended up having 3 good eggs, 1 infertile, and 9 slugs. That sucked.
Yeah, that's a bad day. That's a rough day. How has y'all's season been with slugs so far this year?
I say it's better now. That 9 slugs we just had was like, hey, this sucks, but it's not that bad. For a while, a few months ago, I mean, it just felt like we were getting so many slugs for no reason. There was no reason to it, and it was just we probably had 9 full slug clutches.
Oof, that's rough. Brandon, how about you, bud?
Well, I mean, I don't really get a lot of slugs. The only slugs
Yeah.
I had gotten this year were from my Burmese female. Like she gave me a
Oh,
ton
okay.
of slugs, and then a lot of eggs went bad, and it's like
Mm,
I ended up having out of like 36 eggs, 15 good eggs, and out of those 15 good eggs, several didn't develop. Some like died halfway through, and I have like 4 babies now that it's all like said and done.
okay.
So, and
Yeah.
it doesn't, I mean, it sucks, but it also like doesn't really bother me on like this clutch. Like the berms are more enjoyment than they are
Yeah.
like anything like serious. Now, next year, I will have some pairings for some like pied caramel granite berms. And I would
Okay.
really like to have as many options, as far as opportunities to produce from that as possible. Because I
Yeah.
would
Yeah, that'd
like
be
to
cool.
produce like a pied caramel to like just raise up and have, and then every once in a while I would throw it at something to just make a cool clutch to at least help offset the costs of feeding and caging and everything. So
For sure. How many eggs do they normally lay?
I mean, usually you can get in the 20s and 30s pretty
Okay.
easily.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
All right. So you got good shots at the odds there for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely no ball python odds.
You're hoping for like 6 to 8 eggs, and then
I
you
wish
get
we could
30.
have some of those shots with ball pythons.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's honestly the biggest problem with like the retics and the berms though, is like the number of babies that are produced.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Like ball pythons have it good with the number of them, just because it's like, I mean, imagine if you had like, yeah, it's like, it sounds cool, but like if you had 30 ball python eggs to deal with from like one pairing, it's like, ugh, that gets pretty dicey quick. But to go
Yeah.
back to the monsoon thing, I can't remember the dude's name. I'd have to like look for it, but there was a guy that posted yesterday or today or something. He produced an ultramel Mojave monsoon,
Yeah, I
and I
saw the
think it
picture.
looks cool. But I think the Mojave like toned down the colors a bit more,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
because
yes, yes,
Mojave
yes.
and Ultra is like a pretty light toned animal.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to like seeing like more like Mojave like combo things. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna look so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the straight
Or monsoon, not
monsoon, yeah.
Mojave.
Yeah, I think the straight monsoon ultramel is going to look really nice. I agree with you. We have I can't remember if she's a pastel Mojave or just a Mojave monsoon female, and it just takes away so much of the actual pattern, right? The Mojave really blurs out some of the pattern. It's just really frustrating.
Well, that one's got to be pastel then.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's
The
the
Mojave
pastel a
monsoons
lot.
are, like,
Oh, is it?
super
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Our
right.
Mojave monsoons look amazing.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, the
I'm
Mojave
just saying,
monsoon's
you know.
probably like the best like single combo as far as like, because it takes the normal and it gives it like just a little extra like something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of like the leopard makes it more busy. I really
Okay.
like our leopard monsoon. It's cool.
Yeah, I can see the leopard. I feel like I've seen a leopard one before, but yeah, I think Brandon, you're on with the Mojave and Ultramel like has a yellow tone to it, right? And so that probably is not going to help the cause there, but that's still
I thought it was
exciting to
like
hit
a
something.
lavender at first because of the colors.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's still an exciting animal to hit. I mean, it's cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is that besides the monsoon clowns? Is that the first double recessive somebody's made with one yet?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. I think so.
Dave, you know what? Dave might have made a candy.
He made
one?
him. Yeah, he made a candy one like pretty much the same day,
Yeah.
like within the
so-
past like couple of days. But it like he posted like a terrible photo of it. Probably did it zero justice.
Of course, right? Yeah. That's still cool. So, I mean, that'll at least give us an idea of what the lavender one will look like right off the bat. And
Yeah.
then the Ultramel is going to be really cool. Desert Ghost, Xanthic, they're all going to, I mean, a lot of these are
We
going to
know
look
those are going to be
exactly-
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, we know exactly how they're going to look more or less. So that's a good thing. So I'm excited, man. I think it's a cool project. I think people underestimated Monsoon for a little while. Or I shouldn't say underestimated because, like, obviously it's a very valuable project, but there's a lot of people that were like, oh, it just is very one dimensional. There's not much you can do with it. And it's like, yeah, but that one thing you can do with it is really cool. So that's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there haven't been really a lot of genes that have actually messed with Monsoon itself though, right? Like, I mean, Pastel, I guess, smears it out.
Stranger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Does it make it look way, way different than normal Monsoons, or is it just like enhancing the Monsoon
It's like
look?
too much of a good thing.
It blanks it out.
Yeah, it
Oh,
blanks it out.
it blanks it out. Okay. Oh, that's right. I did see some of those at y'all's place a couple years ago.
Man.
Corey
Yeah.
Woods made some like Enchy and super Enchy Monsoon stuff that like looked like wackier too. But like same thing,
Okay.
like leopard, but it's another one of those genes where you got to play to the strengths, right? Like the strengths aren't really adjusting the pattern, the strengths
Right.
are adjusting the color.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a lot of color adjustments that you can do, you know, like acid or confusion even. Like that could do something real crazy with like the pattern. You know, there's a lot of options to like mess with it and really get like a lot of cool stuff going with it. Even
For sure.
just color and then slight adjustments to pattern.
Yeah, we have some Monsoon. What are they going to be like? Black pastel, confusion, yellow belly, het monsoons, and stuff like that coming out this season. And I think like stuff like that will be interesting to just see what happens, right? Like I don't know for sure, but it was kind of like figuring out what are we going to do with this female, and we got that male, and I guess we're going to throw those together and see how it turns out. You know, sometimes you got to YOLO it a little bit. So so. Let's see. What are some other random projects? You got any Jaguar stuff? No. He said that's so disgruntled. No. Oh.
There's not a lot of Jaguar out there.
There's not. Do you have you messed with it at all? Or are you just not into it, or
just not really into it? It's one of those ones that I feel like I look at and it's like there's some things that it's like it's hard to see, and it's like I don't want to have those problems. Like I'm coming around with like Mandarin and mostly like Super Mandarin Hypo.
Yeah.
But like it literally has to be from like the best source possible. You know what I mean? It's like
Mandarin's definitely one of those.
To have that look. Like I need to be able to show it to like my parents and then have to like be able to pick it out immediately.
Yeah, that's an interesting metric. For a while, that's what I used when I was picking up snakes, was like my wife, right? It'd be like, if she could tell that it was a morph, like, all right, this is probably something that's worth working on. Now, like, there are, I felt like, certain exemptions to that, right? Like when freeways first were coming out and they were super expensive, like asphalts were crazy expensive, and she couldn't tell the difference between that and a normal. And it's like, well, but this is what you mix to make this. So like you got to do it. But in general, I think that's also why, like, recessives a lot of times I feel like really catch on for our eyes, is because it's generally a lot more striking phenotype than some of the codoms and stuff like that. So
sure.
I think
that metric has gotten me in trouble. I've mentioned it before on like other lives and stuff about the yellow belly. Like I was offered some from a friend like before they proved to be like making ivories.
Oh wow.
And he sent me pictures of them because I was trying to buy an albino boa at like Daytona 2000 and who knows what. And he lived in Florida, and I told him I have $1,200 to spend. It was like a high schooler. And he came back and said there were no albino boas, but I can get you a pair of these yellow belly ball pythons. And he sent me pictures, and I said no.
Oh man!
And like months later, it was like those make ivories.
Yeah, so that's tough.
Exciting times.
Yeah, that's a gut punch, right? Yeah. Andre and I sold off like 99% of our sunset stuff right before COVID, because like the market was going down and down and down, and we were like, okay, we can get X amount of dollars right now, and then we can use this money and buy back some like nicer stuff in a year. So like, let's just do that, because we'll have better odds of doing that than producing our own. And then of course, like the next year COVID hits and like pricing on sunset like triples, and I'm like, great. That's what I wanted. So I feel like if you've been doing reptiles long enough, we all have those kind of stories of like the traumatic event of what could have been, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The struggle is real, my man. So how long have you been doing reptiles then?
I mean, I've had them since, I don't know, forever. Like as far as I can remember. Middle school, corn snakes, eventually convinced my parents to let me get boas like back in high school, and then I had boas for the longest time.
Yeah.
Went into the military. My parents took care of my snakes when I was in the Marines and stationed overseas, and came back, still had all the boas. And it wasn't until 2018 I started picking up some the ball pythons. I had like a pair of like het albinos back in like probably 2002 or 2003. but I ended up selling those. I got them from a dude at like one of those San Diego shows down there.
Was
I
that
just
during
can't feed live
boot
rats
camp
to
for you,
snakes.
or
Do what?
wait? Was that during boot camp? Is that where the Marine boot camp is? Is in San Diego? Or were you just stationed
I
there?
grew up out. I grew up out
Oh,
there
I got
too.
you.
Like,
Okay,
that's when I
I
was
got
like
you.
in high school. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
where I went to boot camp
I got you.
in MCRD and then over at Camp Pendleton.
Okay, cool. Did you say you can't feed live rats to snakes?
Like regular rats, yeah. I feed all my like adults basically ASF or frozen thawed rats.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like I'll thaw a bunch of rats for like my blood pythons and Burmese
Yeah,
and stuff, and then sometimes I'll offer them first just to see if some of them want it. And it's like, I don't know, it's like you can open up the tub and you can tell which ones will go for it. And it's like a lot of them will still take a frozen thawed rat whenever I offer them.
hmm
But for the most part, though, it's just ASF for all the, for the ball pythons and then frozen rats to everybody else. I don't mind feeding frozen ones. I just don't want to be a part of the murder. That's pretty much what it comes down
Want
to.
to be a part of the
gotcha.
murder? That's so funny. That's such an interesting line to take as a snake breeder. You're like, this is what I'm not going to be a part of.
Yeah, it's it's bad for the ASF too. I mean, I feel bad for them because they are cute, but my
Yeah.
first pets growing up were rats, so
Okay.
they're just like tiny little dogs, so can't do it.
Oh man, that's tough for sure. Okay. All
Now
right.
you got that picture in your head next feed day, Patrick.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. It's fine. I mean, I've probably said it on here. I spent 5 years of grad school and then time in, pharma. I've done damage to rodents. Done damage.
Yeah,
So
that's the unfortunate thing for them, right? Their metabolism and everything else is so fast
yeah.
that it's like you can quickly see whether or not something is going to work or not with
Yep.
other things. So they
Yeah.
make like a quite literal good guinea pig.
They are
to figure that stuff out.
Yeah, it's a fast turnaround time. They're still different, but they're close enough that you're still going to get an okay, transfer rate. So if it worked, if it works in a mouse, there's, a 10% chance it'll work in the next level up, whether it's a dog or a pig or whatever else. So you've got that translational step that's at least close enough. But yeah, it's tough, but I've definitely wiped out some rodents in my time, Oof.
Yeah, I mean it's a necessary evil for a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, evil is probably a strong word. It's a necessary thing to do
Yeah.
to progress science and progress a bunch of other things.
Sure. No, that's fair. I've never really thought about it in the snake feeding aspect though, but I guess it's just part of that deal, right? You just like, I always was like, all right, it's just somebody's got to live here, and it's not going to be
a
the
conundrum,
rodent,
right?
unfortunately.
Like it's a conundrum. Like, because I mean, if you think about it, you have 100 snakes that are eating, let's say 40 times a year. That's a lot of rodents that you're slamming down.
Dude, there was a running joke for a little while in my friend group here where they're like, Patrick, do you think you have been involved in more rodent deaths than anybody else in the city? And you're like, no, probably. Oh, wait a minute. And you're like, okay, X number of rodents every week for like the past 15 years. Yep. Yeah, it's a problem. I might have the highest KD, unfortunately.
I'll make you that shirt. That'll be nice for the next
bud.
show.
Thanks. I appreciate you. That's fantastic. So what projects do you specialize in, Brandon?
Trying to narrow things down because I think I just have too many in general, which is kind of a problem because there's so many good things out there, right?
Yeah.
But it's like sunset is like my primary like focus of getting into a variety of other things.
Okay.
There's like a good like blending of stuff, right? So it's like I want like a ton of ultramel stuff, but it's like I want sunset ultramel stuff.
Yeah.
And I want sunset hypo stuff. So it's like my hypo projects and my ultramel projects are also a sunset project. So it's kind of marrying those different things. I don't really care so much about like ultramel hypo, but it's like just in the mix. I know you know that I have that one male, that hypo clown pied head ultramel boy.
Yep.
And it's like, he's going to be doing some work, this coming season. But
yeah,
those are like my bigger interests. And then I have I have some monsoon stuff, couple double het pairs, and then I'm working all of my hypo stuff also into like Xanthic for like True Ghost projects and stuff.
Nice.
So it's like that's the gist, I guess, is True Ghost, Sunset Ultramount, Sunset Hypo, and and then on top of that, you're mixing in like various, pattern mutations and other, pattern disruption mutations.
Yeah, I think the True Ghost stuff is really underrated.
Oh yeah,
you don't see a ton of it, and it looks really cool. And there was actually somebody that was talking that we were talking about their collection, and they had, I can't remember if it was an Xanthic Clown het hypo or an Xanthic hypo het clown, whatever it was, some mixture of those. And he's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "I think it's a great animal. It's like a super underworked project. I think it's really, really, really cool. Like that's a novel project. I think it's gonna sell well. I think it's really cool." And
someone made a True Ghost clown last week.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like what you'd expect.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is cool, right?
It's no DG clown. Like you don't have the same level of blackness, but you do get like a steel blue kind of color.
So I think those projects are looking for two very different things, right? I think you kind of hit on the head with like the True Ghost Xanthic Clown is you're almost aiming for like the blue snake trying. It's probably as close to really a blue ball python as we're gonna get. Whereas obviously the Xanthic DG, they look terrible, and anybody that produces them is garbage. So
yes, yeah, definitely. That's 100% why Patrick is not producing those right now.
That's it. We've got some pairings for them. Finally, took us a little bit. We had to be inspired first. We had to know for sure that it was going to work out. We just weren't sure. Is that a good direction? I don't know. So, yeah, that's cool, man. I think I can't remember if we tried to mix lace into the Monsoon stuff yet this year, or if we're gonna do that next year. But that's another like exciting thing. I think lace will go really nice with Monsoon. I mean,
yeah, of course,
more or less know how it looks. What I've really grown to like about lace is I actually think like the super lace stuff as adults looks better than like the Desert Ghost stuff as adults.
It's so clean. I was actually pretty stoked. I just had like a 9-egg clutch. For white lace clowns. Combo white lace clowns, so they'll be ready for that in 60 days.
Nice. I like that.
The white lace stuff is like neon.
Yeah, it's
like it's neon so good. And like the deepest black.
Yeah. It's interesting though, right? Because if you look at just like a white lace, like they look really cool, but it almost feels more like pattern disruption than color.
Yeah.
And then you mix it with other morphs, and all of a sudden you're like, "Whoa,
yeah,
like, this is crazy."
So even throw some pastel in there, and it really sets it off. And you can, I think like I have been lazy and not finished the video, but I have a video that I have almost done about pastel. But it's like you can like for puzzle, zebra. I mean. Xanthic. I mean, there's literally so many other genes that pastel works like amazing in.
Yeah.
And that like borderline is necessary. Like a pastel zebra is way better than a zebra.
It's not even a question. 100% agree. It's not even a question. Those need to go hand in hand. And it's weird. We have, oh God, what is the animal? This isn't exactly like apples. It's apples and oranges, but like we had a pastel cypress clown het desert ghost male. That's like he's listed for relatively cheap in our mind, and he's basically a breeder now, and not even one single inquiry. And I'm like, all because of pastel. Like people just get kind of dumb on some of this stuff, And it's like pastel is not inherently a bad gene. Just like every gene, you got to find the right fit for stuff. And
with that, you could honestly mix it into cryptic and make krypton combos.
Yeah.
And krypton combos with pastel also look really nice.
They do. Mm-hmm. They do. Yeah, there's a lot of options. I mean,
so like all the pastel clowns, just take them into cryptics and you're going to solve your problem. Like,
yeah.
Really. Like I think like because you're going to get a puzzle-like animal that carries the same genetics like the clown stuff has.
Right.
So you're going to be able to kind of make like that puzzle-looking snake with all these like genetics that are found in clown relatively easy. Which is like an interesting, like, kind of way to throw stuff together.
Yeah, for sure. since we said the words puzzle and clown together, there been some interesting revelations on that. Some RGI videos.
Oh, so we're gonna say we're talking about that right now?
I just kind of want to be like, I was right. I don't know. Maybe is that too strong?
No, because I mean we had a couple weird clowns that we kept forever that were possible puzzle clowns, and yeah.
I just still feel like I was right for some reason. I don't know why that is. I just feel like if it's just not as striking, right? Like if we're accidentally letting them slip out the door as posset puzzles, maybe it's just not as exciting. That's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna die on this hill, and then I'll be all right.
I know you will.
And see, so that's another hill that I'm on too, to an extent, is not everything has to go into clown stuff.
There it is. There it is.
Like it's fine to like not have an animal that works with clown.
Yeah.
Because puzzle can stand on its own feet. Like it's such a nice gene, and I mean, there's so much like variability like within it. Don't get me wrong. There's also some shitty looking puzzles out there too that look like a really nice Enchi, but that just comes to like what you do like with them. And like leopard like works like amazing in puzzle. Obviously, throwing past, like I feel like if you don't have pastel in puzzle, you need to have leopard in puzzle, because it'll still give you that same like pattern disruption without adding that gene in that some people are trying to like get away from them, like holy water or something.
Spot nose and confusion.
I was gonna say spot nose is cool too. I like spot nose a lot in the puzzle stuff. Yeah, puzzle's a fun one. I don't know. I saw the first puzzle clown, wasn't really blown away by it, and then kept seeing ones that people were calling puzzle clowns, and whether they were or not, whatever. But it just never was like visually striking enough for me. And maybe there is that combo still out there that really opens it up, and it's really cool. And if that gets hit, that's gonna be awesome. But I just haven't seen it yet. And the more evidence that feels like it keeps coming out, it's just not that combo that we're ever probably gonna work.
Yeah.
So. But we'll see. Who knows, right?
Yeah, I've got like 2 or 3 shots for DG puzzles this year. One of those being hypo DG puzzles. So
nice.
Nice. Yeah, I love the hypo puzzle stuff.
Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. So good. Do you have any puzzle stuff, Brandon?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Wouldn't say quite a bit. I have enough. Like I actually have double het DG puzzles that are hatching this week.
Nice.
Nothing revolutionary. It just goes back to like our kind of conversation in the beginning. In the green room there or whatever. But it's like I have those. I don't really plan to keep any. There is some DG stuff that I will continue to work, because I know I'm not going to be able to get the value out of it until I really like make some stuff. Like beggars can't be choosers, and I picked up a Mojave Spider double het Monsoon DG from Brock.
Okay.
So it's like I need to do something like monumental with that to like either get any kind of value out of it, or at least see something really cool out of it. So that's going to be me probably getting like a DG Exanthic male or something to take to her to like make DGs that are head Exanthic and then test for Monsoon.
Yeah.
Like, so that's going to be like the roadmap for that.
For sure.
But that's kind of my problem, is like whenever I have like one gene, I think that I need to have it in like everything. Like it's like I need to make the every version of it possible, right? It's like kind of a smooth brain thing. Like I should just accept like, hey, maybe I work this one project and I do this one thing and I call that good enough.
I mean, I feel like we all kind of do that to some degree on some stuff. When I first got like my first like multi-gene confusion male, he literally went to like every recessive project I had, because I was like, well, confusion goes well in lavender albino, it goes well in ultramelt, it goes well in hypo, it goes well in desert ghost. And it's like all of a sudden I'm like, this male just went to 18 females this year. Oh well.
That's what happened with my sunset too.
Just like mix it into everything.
Oh yeah, like I that was my first like big dollar project that I like bought. Like I got a group of stuff from Brock again in 2019, and
good timing.
I got them. Yeah, the problem is again, I'm also stupid, and I waited until like 2021 to breed him.
Oh.
because it's like in boas you wait like 3 to 5 years to breed anybody to anything. So it's
Oh.
like I bred him and I put him in with one of the females that I had gotten from a buddy. It wasn't even anything great. It was an albino spider female.
Okay.
And he bred her, and I didn't even see it. One day I was changing waters, and she was wrapped around a pile of eggs.
Nice.
So that was my first like accidental ball python clutch. And then the next year I bred, because I was like, okay, well now he's breeding, like actively.
Yeah.
And I had 13 clutches from him out of the 18 I produced that season. So
nice.
he was out there doing the thing, and he never went off of food or anything. So he's a champion.
That's exciting. We like to breed them early, right? Like as they're coming out of the egg, you pop them while they're still in the egg, and if it's a male, you just put it in with the female. It's great. Just get them breeding right off the bat. That's the great thing about ball pythons. I'm just kidding, guys. Anybody that thinks that's serious, I'm not actually doing that. Probably.
Most times.
Yeah, most times. Depends on the male. Yeah, depends on the male. Every now and then, so we hatched out some lace clown pieds this week, and
those are so sick. Those are
not to brag, Chase, but it only took us one clutch to get a male, so no big deal.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. How many extra genes are in yours?
3 others.
I think we might have to compare.
Yeah, I've got I think it's a leopard inchy yellow belly lace clown pied, so not terrible. Yeah, not terrible. But yeah, it's like as it's like coming out of the egg, I'm over here like, yes, please God, be a male, please be a male. And then you pop it and it's a male, and you're like, well, time to start pairing you up now. Let's do this. Hey, come on, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad having them as girls because at least I've got like crazy quality on the shelf. So
yeah.
In a year and a half, 2 years,
yeah,
the boy that's ready for those girls is going to be insane.
So good.
It leaves you open for the white lace versions of all that stuff too, which I think is super beneficial.
Big
time.
We have one shot at white lace clown pieds this year, and I honestly, like, Andre and I were talking the other day, and he's like, what's the clutch you're most excited about? And I was like, that one right there. Like, it's not even close. Like, it's literally, I would take shit odds on every other clutch to just hit a white lace clown pied. I think it's just gonna be so stupid nice. Like, I'm so excited about it. So we'll see. Chase, have you already made one? Did you beat me to it? I'm gonna be so bitter. Oh, man.
I don't know. I don't know if there's been a YouTube video out about anything.
Damn it.
NDA. That was just Patrick's favorite line, everyone, to me, when he doesn't want to talk about something. It's just NDA.
I'm so disappointed now. I was so excited. I thought maybe I could get there first. But once again, it's fine. I'm happy for y'all, Chase. So happy. It's great. Cool. You have lace in sunset stuff, though, right, Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I feel like I've seen somebody's made one, but then like I felt like there might be question on whether it was lace for some reason, or maybe I'm misremembering it.
The Pied Life guy has a white lace sunset up, and I would also like agree. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I don't really know if it is. I mean, some of the pictures I think are just not the greatest quality.
Yeah, it's rough when you get these like these tough to ID combos already, and then somebody takes a picture with a potato. It's tough, You're just
because at the end of the day, you're almost not even selling the snake. You're selling the picture of the snake, and that's not even in the terms of like selling it like for dollars, just like to the people's eyes. Like, you need to be able to show the stuff well to be able to like fully appreciate how like beautiful some of these combos and things are.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Will's Hella Heat. Words are hard today. Will's Hella Heat said, what do you think Trojan and Lace will do together? I think it's going to be great. Did y'all make some Trojan Lace stuff a couple years back, Chase?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like y'all did, and then we followed up the next year doing it. I don't remember if we ended up hatching any actual Trojan Laces from that pairing, which was really annoying. But I imagine they go great together. I mean, those are two good genes. It's Trojan's frustrating for me because it's really cool and does a lot of really cool things, and people just don't appreciate it at all.
That is upsetting. Like, I wish people could just enjoy Trojan as much as we do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've got a couple just full adult Trojan girls, and they glow like when they're not even ovulating. It's amazing. So
it's another one of those situations if it needs to be shown like properly.
Yeah.
For people to like really like enjoy the look or really like see the benefit in the look.
And it just feels like there's not enough really out there like combos yet that people are like catching on to it.
Yeah.
And I love Jag Clown stuff. Like I love the Jag Clown stuff we've hit, and I'm definitely plugging our Jag Clown boy in with more girls. And it's another one of those that's not really caught on.
It's not. We actually just had a clutch from a butter jag het clown to a black pastel fire clown, and we hit a couple of, I think they're black pastel fire jags, and it's cool. Like, it's a cool interaction. It's cool stuff. But even just like the fire jaguar clown is really cool. Like, it's a cool project for sure. I like it. But I know some people don't. Y'all hatched out a year or two ago, right? That crazy red stripe fire jaguar.
Yellow belly jag clown.
You had at Tinley. That was cool. That was a really cool animal.
She's like 1,300 grams now. Nice. 1,400 grams.
Nice. Yeah. See, Brandon, just hop in. Just get some jag stuff. It'll be fine. It's cool.
I know. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, are they trying to like do some like mental manipulation, and I'm just gonna find
that's actually what every episode of Late to the Mic is.
Yeah, this is actually how Canova and Chimera gets customers. We bring podcast guests on, and we just we're like, it's a cool project. Trojan and Jaguar.
There's no subliminal messaging here.
Yeah, that's the problem. You talk to your friends and whatever else, and then they show you like one cool thing from a project, and then next thing you know, I'm gonna just go look. And then you're like, then you're just like, your imagination goes wild of like, oh, if I add that to this and this to that, and it's like next thing you know, you have like a 5-year roadmap with like this thing you don't even know anything of.
Right.
It's a cool name too. Like, it's a cool name.
It's got a really marketable name.
So it's like you want to make stuff that's like cool,
Yeah, Jaguar. Sure. Yeah, it's good. Jaguar. It's the fancy. That's what you get when you buy from Chimera.
It's the soft J.
Yeah, you don't get Jaguar when you buy from Chimera. That's what you get at Canova. When you buy from Chimera, you get Jaguar. It's great. It's just a cool project. You just have to avoid butter with it. Like, it felt like every jag combo for the longest time had butter in it. And so you were just like dodging it left and right, and we finally hatched out it's a jag leopard spot nose het clown male last season, and we're like, finally, no butter. You stay. We will make you work. So, that's the struggle. I'm trying to think. What are some other? We talked about Trojan. Trojan's just delightful. I'm gonna post a picture tomorrow if I'm at the hatchling facility. We have a Trojan spot nose girl that's just so cool. Like, it just really is a cool combo. And it's one of those ones that I just wish more people like realized how cool it was, But yeah, that's a project, like I said, it's very undervalued right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of those like little kind of like subtle like enhancing like things. Like the one that I got a while, not like too long ago, like within the past like year, is like Grim. Like, again, like I like what it does. It has a cool super name, like the Grim Reaper. Like, that's just cool, So it's like, and it does quite a bit of stuff. Someone in another group posted a picture the other day of a trident clown, and it looks very similar to like the Grim clown look.
Okay,
like the same thing, like the super. I feel like they look very similar. So it's like, I don't know if it's like the same thing, but like whenever I seen it, like it had the same like blocky saddles, that had the same like alien head like dots, like it had a very similar kind of look to it, and I thought that was kind of cool, like, because before it hadn't really appealed to me, but then whenever I'd like seen that comparison, like, oh, like they're potentially like the same or similar.
Granity type clowns. I don't have any Trident, we don't have any Grim, we don't have any Jedi. We're missing some of that stuff, and I don't know if we ever will. Who knows? It's just
we have one Trident.
Yeah. So. Yeah, just haven't. We don't have a lot of the granite clown stuff in general, though. We don't have nanny. Like, we just kind of avoided that. I don't know if that was deliberate or if it just like, you're kind of looking through stuff and it was never something that was really strong enough that I was like, yes, I need that in the collection,
Yeah, Clown can be pretty powering too.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So it's one of those deals where, it doesn't necessarily need to go into like those projects.
Yeah, that's the balance, right? Is it's like I hear you, but then I also know that if it doesn't look good in clown, it's like no one cares about it either, right? Which is it's a funny predicament because I feel like that's part of like pastel's issue, right? Is it looks so bad in clown, and so people are like, well, pastel clowns are garbage, and I'm like, yeah, but who cares? Like honestly, like so what?
You know what? They were awesome in 2006, though.
Oh, buddy. I remember seeing Killer Clowns for the first time, and I was like,
I freaked out when I saw Killer Clown for the first time.
Hard
That
to
was the coolest thing in the world.
Look as babies.
They're incredible, right?
They look phenomenal. The colors, the patterns. I mean,
yeah.
The one thing I think people might be able to deal with, because I have from a buddy of mine, he sent over a pastel hurricane clown female.
Okay.
A pastel fire hurricane clown female, and she looks pretty cool. She looks good.
Yeah.
But like you lose like the head definition that like a clown has.
Yeah.
And I think like if you could find like the exception, I think to that is like whenever you get like acid or confusion pastel clowns.
Yep.
It looks like part of that's part of the deal. Like it looks like you get so many like little acid drops of black like all over on their body. And so it kind of adds character to them. So
yeah, it's really cool actually. That's a good point.
It's one of those like in the right project, it still looks pretty cool. Like I imagine if you were to like DG Exanthic, a pastel confusion clown, that would be pretty neat looking. Like that would look pretty wild.
Chase is like gonna hatch some out this season, so it's fine. We'll see them soon enough.
Well,
it's fine.
Like maybe without pastel, but
pretty limited on their Lord help them if they make like a male version of that. Then it's like, got to be pretty selective with that male. You can't just throw them to like everything because then you don't want to make like 50 pastels.
Yeah. Thankfully, not no pastel in our ADC stuff on that side. I think we've got like one.
Jokes on
one
you.
pastels or just like the buzzle?
Yeah, the buzzle. That's amazing. My bladder is about to explode. Chase, I'm gonna need you to take over a second while I just vanish. It's nothing personal, but I've really like tried, but we're like 20 minutes into my bladder's just done. So I'll be right back, guys.
So Brandon, what all do you have besides you've got ball pythons, boas?
I don't have any boas anymore.
No boas anymore.
Yeah. So I have the ball pythons, Burmese pythons, blood pythons. And I've picked up a couple of hognose and even a couple of geckos recently.
Oh, nice. I mean, Patrick loves the hognose. I like the hognoses. I just don't have the space or time at home that I would want to dedicate to them.
They're cool, and part of the thing that I really like about them is like the fact that you can feed them frozen thawed. Like that's one of the things that was the nicest about the boas, and same thing with like the berms and the blood pythons. Like frozen thawed is like no problem at all.
Yeah. I love bloods.
Life easier.
Bloods are one of those snakes to me that I think they just age better. They do. Like adult bloods look so good.
The ugliest they're going to be is when they're a baby. Like
it's kind of amazing, right?
Oh yeah, it is. And sometimes the babies can be little bastards, but outside of that, like they're like whenever they're adults, they're just like super chill. I don't know. It's like same thing with berms. Like I went to a reptile show this weekend to get a hook so I can deal with these baby berms because they are absolute little nightmares. I look at them the wrong way and they just start striking at me.
Oh,
and
man.
It's like I'm a baby about getting bit. It's not the bite itself. It's more the surprise of it.
Yeah.
And just the overall betrayal that I feel. Like I'm
the betrayal. I love that.
Nourishment and like survival. And how you repay me is by biting me. It's just insulting.
I feel that 100%. I had like a 3,000 gram girl grab my hand today during the feed. And I was so mad. I was like, really? You missed the rat.
I was gonna say I don't know what the topic was, but when you walk in on the betrayal of being bit, I'm like, this is gonna be good. Whatever it is, this is good stuff.
Baby Burmese pythons.
Ooh.
I went and got I was telling him I went and got a hook this weekend so that I can like maneuver them and try and like build their confidence and let them know I'm not trying to like be a predator.
Yeah.
But like every time I look at them, they just start coming at me.
They get angry.
Which is crazy because like the adults are chill. Like when they get bigger, they just know that nothing's a threat. So they just don't care. Like they just do anything you need them to. And it's like the babies are the absolute opposite. The babies are just like little nightmares. So that's not fun. That's something I wasn't really aware of. I messaged like another dude that I know that keeps berms, Dylan, and he was like, no, they're little chainsaws when they're babies.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, they're every bit of it. Yeah.
That's tough. I feel like that's kind of how hognoses are. As babies, like they're constantly like leaping out of the tubs and trying to eat me. And then like my big breeders, they just are like
it's kind of adorable though, because they're so tiny and stupid. They're just like
they are. Or like
and they
every
like
now
throw
and
their
then
whole body into it.
Everything, right? And then every now and then you'll get like a little drop of like mouse water on the tub, and they're like, "Well, the tub is now dinner." Just mom. It's absolutely adorable. They really are cute, but also they're just so fucking angry at times, right? I'll go to pick them up, and they're like hissing and like smacking you because it's like they don't always bite you either. They just play bite, which is adorable in itself. But like, they'll like smack you with your face, and it's kind of startling. You're like, "Did you try and bite me? What are we doing here? Like, come on."
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give you water. Like, can't we be friends? And the answer is almost always no, we cannot be friends. So
it's interesting, that's for sure.
It's something, man. It's something. That's why we have ball pythons, though. They're excellent pet rocks. That's what's so great about them.
You just have to bring that up every episode.
Every episode, we got in trouble on Instagram for calling them pet rocks because apparently they're living creatures, not pet rocks. And from henceforth, they will always be called pet rocks. So.
Can you believe that, Patrick? Someone on the internet couldn't take a joke.
What?
What is this world coming to?
That's so strange. I'm not used to that. Ryan asked, do any of you guys work with Nerd's bald gene? No.
I'm gonna just keep imaginary genes out of my collection.
Oh no! Brandon said it. I didn't. It's fine. But no. I don't have that. I'm trying to think of some of the last like nerd highlights, right? Odium.
My fiance actually calls pastels bald. It's really funny.
Oh, that's
because
adorable.
Whenever she sees them, she's like, "That one's bald."
That's bald. I like that.
Because
cool.
They look, they got that little,
Yeah, they got the little bald spot.
Right there.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I like that. No, that's good. Oh, they're bald. That's funny, actually. I like it. How many snakes do you actually have, Brandon? I actually have no idea your size.
So what I have space for is 150 adults.
Okay.
So I have like 3 55-40s and a CB and a 70-30.
Yeah.
Most of those are full. I probably have a good 20 or so slots, and not all of those are adults. Like quite a few are literally like, 300-400 gram snakes that are living in there.
Okay.
And then I have space for 16 blood pythons, and I think I have like 8 or so.
Oh, okay.
And then I have 5 berms, and then I'm building up, as I was telling Chase, some hognose and some crested geckos. So. Okay,
nice. What hognose morphs do you work with?
Stuff for the Mai Tai, basically.
Okay, cool.
Make like a sunset-esque looking hognose snake.
Yeah, some toffee belly stuff and sable, and that's cool stuff, man. Yeah, I like it.
That's the project for that, and I do plan on also probably picking up some stuff for some like high color albino hognose, because those are just like super striking and pretty.
The extreme red.
Yeah. And I enjoy the look of it, and again, like the frozen thawed thing is super nice. But aside from that, it's like, I think one thing that the ball python stuff kind of suffers from is if it's not like an investment grade thing, some things are very hard to be considered just a pet. And it's like, there's plenty of stuff that like would make a great like pet, but it just falls in such a weird area with the ball pythons. Meanwhile, someone could easily just get like an albino hognose and be like, that's an awesome pet.
Yeah.
Spend like $500 to $1,000 on like a gorgeous, like hognose and have no other expectations for it. So
yeah, that's kind of I mean that's some of the hognose stuff. We have some high end projects, relatively high end with like the storm cloud and the sunburst and stuff like that. And it's really cool. But we also have like leucistics, which I know are still relatively quote unquote high end, but I mean within the next couple of years they're going to be plentiful enough that it's going to be more pet side. And I think animals like that,
you're not going to be able to make enough.
yeah.
I was telling my buddy that Alex, you probably know or at least heard of Alex from Boa Republic. Like he's been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
And we have conversations about that with like the leucistic boas. Like the leucistic boas, stark white, black eyes. Like people love snow boas. People love snow animals.
Yeah.
Like the blue-eyed leucistic, same thing in the ball pythons. Like people love those things. If you get those things down to a reasonable value, you're not going to be able to produce enough of them to like satisfy like the demand of like that look.
Right. I think the nice thing too versus like ball pythons is, and I assume with bows it's the same as hognoses, there's enough in each clutch that like even if they get to where you're just wholesaling them to resellers, like there's still so much value there, right? Like even if you wanted to wholesale a clutch of leucistic hognose, it's not saying you should or would, but like if you wanted to, you're still going to get really good value off that clutch, right? For a sheer volume number, standpoint. So yeah, they're cool. That's like kind of, I mean, it's what helps keep some ball python pricing so high, but it's also like its fatal flaw, right? You can definitely just get obliterated on the odds and absolutely not crush it. So
actually I got obliterated on some odds recently, and it's from a mail that I got from you.
This is awkward. Okay.
Wait, a mail that you got from me or Patrick?
No, from Patrick.
Oh,
it was the
someone else that got a mail from Patrick.
Yeah, so blackhead xanthic het pied. He did really well for me. He bred a pinstripe pied, but I only got one pied out of the clutch.
Proved out
of 8 eggs. It's like, damn.
Yeah, that's rough.
Those are bad odds. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I was hoping for because I got a pair of the blackhead xanthic het pieds, and it's like the super blackhead version is going to be stupid nice.
Yeah,
and I was really like, I mean, I was just hoping to make as many blackhead pieds, het xanthic that I could hold back for future stuff, male or female.
Yeah,
and I got one, and it's like, I got a really high amount of blackhead, but it is what it is. It's like I'm hoping though, because like you said with that like other clutch, like you're hoping that all your good juju just goes to that one.
That's it.
So it's like I'll take the L here.
Yeah.
Because I also have some eggs for like GHI hypo puzzle, and it's like I would really, really, really like to hit a male or female. I don't really care, but a male would be extra nice.
Yeah.
GHI hypo puzzle, like that would be like phenomenal for for this season for me.
Yeah, that'd be stupid nice, man. That would be really, 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 really exciting. So that's cool. Yeah, I've had clutches we've all had clutches like that, right? I had a clutch a couple years ago where it was a leopard DG pied to a yellow belly het pied, and I got one visual pied and it died in the egg. I was like, okay, okay,
man,
I see the game we're playing here.
Like that is so confusing to me because that happened with some of the berms too.
Yeah,
like literally, like they went out of the egg and then they just like seen the world and like, not enough, and then they just like fall over and die, and I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, dude, my so 2 years ago was my first shot at making like lace clown pied project animals, like visual lace clowns het for pied, and so eggs are hatching. And there's only 2 visual clowns in the clutch. One's a fire lace clown, and the other was a leopard lace clown. And I was like, all right, this is going to be good. Fire lace clown comes out. Fantastic. Love the animal. And it's, of course, a female. And I was like, damn it. But you know what? This leopard, this is going to be it. That fucker got halfway out of that egg and just was like, nope. And took the eternal yeet, died. And of course, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pop it because I need to know. And I tell you, there were never bigger hemipenes I've ever seen on a snake. I was like, this is the universe taunting me. And I hate every part of this. I was so upset. Oh, it's the way it works out though, right? It's just, The universe giveth, the universe taketh away, and we're all a little better and worse for it, I guess. So
Wow, that's why you got to hold back all those just het girls for so many projects. Just like
Yeah.
people don't realize when they're just getting in, when they're like, yeah, well, I want a little bit of all these recessive projects, and then they don't realize they need all this space to just start stacking all their holdbacks. They're gonna have to keep if they want to go further.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I did with the sunset stuff. Like I bred that male to like a ton of females, and I kept back like a lot of the stuff to help like seed the collection. So it's like if you do that over the course of like multiple recessive projects, it just can easily get out of hand like really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. It's a problem, right? And it's like, oh, I'm hitting everything, which is, it's a good and a bad thing, but the struggle is real, really is what it comes down to. You got to get those males too, right? You hold back the females, buy the males, and it's fine. Or make your own males, I guess. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Just get stuff. So
just get stuff. That's the motto.
Yeah, Nike has just do it, and ball python breeders like just get stuff. It's fine. Just get stuff. And make space. If you run out of space in one room, just start putting snakes in another room. It's fine. Fill up all your rooms with
slowly
snakes.
Start claiming territory around the house.
I tried that for the longest time with my wife, and she was just eventually was like, no, we're done. No more snakes in the house. And I was like, oh, frowny face. And then I brought tadpoles in the house the other day, and she's like, why are there tadpoles? I'm like, because I can't have snakes. So anyway, that's
okay, or at least are they going to be cool frogs?
I have no idea. I found them outside in a tub.
Oh my god.
Now I'm on your wife's side. I was on your
side. I'm
also
on Amelia's side. Get out, Patrick.
we did a deep dive the other day on some frogs because we went to that show to pick up a hook.
Yeah.
We've seen some she really liked the look of those White's tree frogs.
Yeah.
They're super cute and super adorable.
Oh yeah.
I personally like the mossy tree frogs, like the Vietnamese mossy.
Yeah.
Also really cool. Yeah.
So it's like we watched probably like 2 hours worth of various frog videos.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it's like whenever I look into something, I'm like, okay, like let me find out everything that I could possibly know and store up random facts just in case I need the information later.
Yeah.
It's very impractical, like data management, but it's, that's just how it goes.
Okay, well, to add to that, you should definitely check out Herp Time if you haven't, because he's got the best videos. They're so enjoyable. Like, I will deep dive on those, like, just even on his Instagram.
Like
I'll
on
just get stuck.
Videos and stuff?
Yeah, he does frogs and lizards, and like he has videos also like actually interesting videos on how he sets up like his rain chambers and stuff as well.
Yes, you just watched that on Instagram?
Yeah,
I did, and I was like, all right, that's pretty awesome.
Those are really interesting. The rain chambers, how they set that up for like the frog breeding and the whole collection and everything else.
Yeah. It makes our snake breeding just seem so simple compared to their like.
It does though.
We have this special condo we set up for our frogs. It's got working plumbing. It's delightful. You're like, okay.
We're pulling open a dresser drawer to put 2 snakes in.
Yeah, basically. So okay. So Andre sent me a picture the other day, and it was just like some of the snake tubs on the side that needed to get cleaned, and in one of the tubs was like a nice little family of tadpoles. And so he took 3 or 4 of them home for his daughter, and then I was like, well, I obviously want to raise some tadpoles of my own. And so I dumped all the water into, an egg hatching tray or tub, and was like, this is your home now. You will live here. To be fair, what I didn't fully appreciate was the mosquito larva that was still in the water. So there was definitely some mosquitoes that made it into the household through infiltration. It was a little Trojan horse situation. But anyway, I have no idea what the tadpoles are going to turn into, and I'm excited to let the world know what they become. So
can't wait for the update. It's
like one of those episodes of South Park where Cartman had the sea people.
Oh my gosh, yes. That's one of my favorite episodes. So great.
That is fantastic, man. I love that. So, all right, Brandon. It's been an hour. I promised you only an hour, so I said I'd get you off by 11. Best way for people to reach out to you?
Yeah, Instagram's probably the easiest.
Okay, and what is that?
Just Nixon reptiles.
There we go.
Super fancy.
So
Really
hey, you
put a
know
lot of
what?
thought into it.
No, it's good. I mean, it's no Canova, but it's almost a Chimera, which is good enough. So I'm just kidding. No, it's good. That's good. Chase, how do people get a hold of you?
Oh, JKMGR on Instagram and Canova everywhere else.
All right, awesome. Guys, Chimera Reptile basically everywhere. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and then also go make sure to give Brandon a check out and look at some of the cool projects he's working on. I'm not currently sure who's coming on next week. We'll figure that out probably next Wednesday. So I'm excited for some good stuff there. Brandon, if you'll stick around for a second, I'm going to hit the end, and then we'll see you in a moment. Chat, thank you for hanging out. We love you
guys. We appreciate you.
We'll see you next Thursday.